Welcome to this explainer. If you're someone who spent the last few months, maybe even the last year, just soaking up everything you can about AI, but you're still struggling to actually turn all that amazing knowledge into a real business, well, this is for you. We are going to break down a super clear pathway to build a genuine AI-powered service business starting right now with absolutely zero cap.
So let's dive right in. Does this sound familiar? You've got the skills, right? You totally get AI tools, you understand automation, you know what no-code is all about, but you're kind of stuck in that learning loop, constantly watching tutorials, but never quite crossing that bridge from just knowing stuff to actually making an income from it. And this is the big mental shift you have to make. Your main challenge, believe it or not, isn't learning about the next cool AI tool. It's about completely shifting your focus. The real goal is to stop collecting tools and start finding urgent, nagging problems that real people, real businesses will happily pay you to solve for them.
Okay, so before we even get into the step-by-step playbook, we absolutely have to talk about mindset. This is the foundation for everything else we're going to cover. And honestly, getting this part wrong can pretty much sabotage your progress before you even begin.
This is where we just completely flip the traditional startup script on its head. Forget the old way. You are not starting with some vague AI idea and then trying to find money for it. No, you are starting with a customer's actual problem and you are getting paid from day one, even if it means you have to do the work manually at first. And you have to remember this, it's so important. Customers don't buy AI. They just don't. They buy solutions. They buy reliability. They buy having a massive headache taken away. AI is just that incredible, powerful tool in your belt that lets you deliver that solution way faster and more efficiently than anyone else.
All right, with that new mindset locked in, let's get to the good stuff. This is the core of our explainer today. Here is the systematic 5-step framework for building your service business without needing a single dollar of upfront investment.
Now, this whole process is engineered to do two crucial things at the exact same time. One, generate immediate cash flow so you actually have revenue coming in the door. And two, allow you to learn directly from the market so you end up building something people actually want and need.
So for step one, you've got to think small, go narrow. Don't try to boil the ocean and serve everyone. Pick a really specific market where maybe you have some kind of connection and where the businesses are small enough that they can give you a quick yes or no without months of corporate red tape.
Okay, now for step two. Listen up, because this is probably the most critical part of the entire thing. Before you build a single thing, no website, no fancy automation, nothing, you absolutely must speak with at least 10 potential customers in that niche market you just picked. Think of this as a fact-finding mission. You're a detective, not a salesperson. Your job is to ask questions and listen. Find out what their biggest time wasters are, their biggest frustrations, and here's the test. If at least half of them, so 5 out of 10, say they'd pay to make that problem disappear, you've struck gold. If not, no big deal. It's just time to pivot to a new market and run the process again.
Okay, let's get into step 3 because this one is probably the most powerful and honestly the most counterintuitive part of this whole playbook. This is the step where most people get it wrong.
Yep, you heard me correctly. Do not build a complex automated system yet. For your first few paying customers, you are the system. You'll use free tools like ChatGPT or Claude as your powerful assistant to work way faster, sure, but you are the one personally delivering that finished service. This strategy is just genius, and it works for 3 huge reasons. First, you start making money from day one. Second, you start building real case studies and getting testimonials you can use later. But the most important reason? You literally get paid to learn exactly what your customers need so that when you do build the automation, you know for sure you're building the right thing. So, once you've got a handful of happy, paying customers and you understand their workflow inside and out, now it's time for step 4. You take the revenue from those customers, not your own money, and you start investing it in automation. And you can start with the really generous free tiers that a lot of these no-code platforms offer. Okay, so you've got a proven service. Now you need a repeatable way to find more customers without spending a single dime on ads. Your best assets are your results. Turn those amazing results into simple case studies, and then leverage your happy clients for referrals and introductions. The goal is to build a simple, repeatable system that can land you one new client every single week. All right, let's make this super tangible. Theory is great, but execution is what really matters. So here is a specific, week-by-week action plan to get you started immediately. No excuses.
This timeline just removes all the guesswork.
Week 1 is all about getting focused. Week 2 is about validation, making sure your idea has legs. By week 3, you're shooting for that first dollar, that first paying customer. And by the end of the month, you've got real momentum and a documented process. This literally transforms the playbook from just an idea into your personal roadmap.
So, let's bring this all home. Why is this service-first approach so effective, especially when you're starting with zero capital? Well, it all comes down to a few core advantages that completely de-risk the entire process for you.
Look, this isn't the most glamorous path, okay? You're probably not going to be on the cover of a tech magazine next month, but it is, without a doubt, the most secure and reliable way to start. You're completely de-risking the journey by selling your time and your skill first and then letting your customers' money fund your future growth.
The opportunity right now for anyone who is willing to actually execute this playbook is absolutely massive. But execution means taking action with real customers. It doesn't mean spending another month just learning about new tools. Your learning phase is over. Your building phase begins right now.